Did you see one of the best finishes of the season in the NBA last night?
Not live. I was busy doing other things.
So was I. I was catching up on my little shows.
I caught it on the socials.
You can't miss the highlight. It is
you catch it on the socials.
Everywhere. In case you missed it, Pacers-Bucks, always dramatic it seems between those two teams, but even more so because right now they are side by side in the Eastern Conference standings and home court advantage up in the air, positioning in the East up in the air between them and also the Detroit Pistons. But late in that game, the Bucks were up 112-110 with 6.1 seconds left. Andrew Nembhard gets fouled. He has the opportunity to tie the game, splits it at the line. Yes? You want to jump in?
I did watch because Nembhard was also playing at Gonzaga. I was like, wait a damn minute. I just saw him here. What's going on? Didn't realize he had a brother.
Yes.
All right, go ahead.
The other Nembhard. Stop me if you've heard this. Gonzaga won another West Coast conference. One more on their way out. One last one for the Zags.
It's their conference. Just
Not
rename
anymore.
it Gonzaga's.
Even when they leave?
Yeah, even when to remind them.
So Gonzaga won't be in the West Coast?
To remind them like this, or name the trophy after them. My goodness.
That'd be so funny.
But okay, the Nembhard.
Anyway,
missed
Nembhard
the
goes
free
1-1
throw.
at the line. So they're down 1. And then they foul Dame. Dame hits a pair of free throws with like 3 seconds left. So ultimately, the Bucks are up 3. And the Pacers have the ball. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, the worst that can happen is this goes to overtime. Right? Like maybe they hit a 3, send it to overtime, but more than likely the Bucks are probably going to win the game. Wrong, because this is the play that the Indiana Pacers draw up, and it looks a lot like 4 verts, and Tyrese Haliburton gets free, fires up the 3. He is fouled on the 3, and he makes the free throw, and the Indiana Pacers go on to win this game. Wild finish. One of the best game-winning shots we have had in the NBA this season. The rare 4-point play. And Tyrese Haliburton said after the game, it is their version of like 4 verticals. So getting some NFL action meshed with NBA action. They first ran it in training camp a couple years ago. He said the first time they ever ran it in training camp, he made this exact shot. And then he hasn't made it since whenever they have tried to run it or practiced it. And then he makes it last night in a big win for the Pacers.
Great shot. Interesting play design. I am in favor of, 'cause the Grizzlies do a bunch of this. Sometimes you don't need to bring a bunch of dudes over. You don't need to do a bunch of screens. Sometimes just movement will get you open. Great on them. Terrible defense by the Bucks.
Terrible.
Why? Throw that back up, Jacob. And just start from the start and then just pause it. Because I feel like everybody right about here. Stop, pause. 1, 2 dudes on the Bucks are already inside the 3-point line. What are we doing, Giannis? And is that Brooke?
Yep.
Like, what are we doing? Everybody stand outside the 3-point line and just stand there and be ready. If they want to take a layup, let them take a layup. Don't give that type of opening up. And then Haliburton's able to run freely. Look, he catches it. He's able to catch, gather, and shoot. And Giannis is like still inside the 3-point line. If Giannis is outside the 3-point line, there's not that type of space. He touches it, he goes out of bounds. Ball game, right? If everybody's outside the 3-point line, you give up a 2, you're still up 1, you make your free throws, you're good to go. Like, that's just bad defense. Great shot, terrible defense.
Did you see Haliburton's shoes?
I don't look at shoes.
He was in D-Generation
X
inspired shoes. They were his player editions last night. So after the game, he said, if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you. But he left out the
suck it. Well, we can say that
now. You can
now.
just say, we got 2 words for you.
Suck it. We can do that now in schools also. Linda McMahon is the head of the education department.
It's true.
Suck it.
Every morning after you say the Pledge of Allegiance, you will then say, and I've got 2 words for you. God, the children. I was worried about them, but honestly,
they're good to go now.
It's going to be all right. I think it's going to be A-okay.
With liberty and justice for all, and if you don't like that, 2 words for you. I need water to spit out.
You don't get water. The Pacers and the Bucks are tied 36-28 on the season, so in 4 and 5 spots in the East.
The Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hart, live every weekday at 8 a.m.